family say to me, like, God, you've never been as happy in a job, like, you love Cisco. And I genuinely do. But even the first day I went in there for the interview, like, there was such a lovely atmosphere about the place. Like, people were laughing. They were doing their jobs at the same time, but they were laughing.
So Cisco are very family-orientated business, I would find. There's not a single holiday goes by where there's something doesn't arrive at the door for families and kids.
I think it's nice to know that you can, I suppose, do your job and it gets recognised and people appreciate that as well. If you want to be part of a great organisation, the best in the business, that's just getting bigger and better, come and work for Cisco.
It's really fun and everybody is so, friendly. That's the best part about like Cisco colleagues and Cisco employees. Like, I won't call them an employees, of course, they are like my friends now.
The bit that I really like about working in Cisco Ireland and the team we have and the culture is that, I could come in the morning and be talking to someone on the way in and I'd speak to them the exact same way as I would to the CFO later on that day. Everyone's really down to earth and get along, and there is a real team ethic and sense of inclusion across the business, which is really reassuring.
Go for it, challenge yourself. You put in what you get out, if you're willing to work hard, you'll be rewarded, so definitely go for it.
I can go to anyone and ask them for anything. It's almost like college, like I'm learning, like to get me, like they're teaching me rather than expecting me to just know everything off the bat. It's like, it takes pressure off me, so it makes me feel a lot more comfortable.
What I like within our team is that we all working as a one team. We are dedicated to what we need to do, and we are absolutely striving to do the best every day to support. And ultimately, it's supporting us as a people working for the company, but ultimately our end goal is to support our customers.
Welcome to Newcastle West. It is the first round of the AIL Junior Cup. It's sponsored to you by Cisco and D-Tops and Tiles. I'm joined here by Declan Maloney. We're looking here at the Newcastle West versus Creggs. How do you feel about this game? Coming up, an important game for Newcastle West, first round of the Cup.
Yeah, we've done well in this competition the last few years. We got to our Ireland semi-final last year in horrendous conditions back here. We were unlucky the same day not to win it. So look, we have a good panel of players. This will be a good test for the lads, and I think we'll give it a good rattle.
Let's get straight into the teams. Let's start with Newcastle West. In the back three, we have Andrew Mortel, Daniel Normoyle and Liam Tracy. In midfield, we have Alex O'Halloran and Cian Tierney. At halfback, Shane Airy at 10 with Aaron Rice at number 9. In the front row, Shane Breen, Sean Corbett at hooker and John Walsh at tight head prop. In the second row, we have Alan O'Riordan and Padraig Roach. In the back row, Cian Mulcahy, Jack Corkery and Jason Wolfe. And for Creggs, in the back three, they have Michael Farrell and Ojani Fuata Lalogafua and Ronan O'Dowd. In midfield, they have Owen Coyle and David Gaquin at number 10, Shane Purcell and number 9, Mark Brandon. In the front row, they have Tom Farrell, Lucid, Daniel Arnold at hooker, Owen Cahill, tight head prop, Kieran Purcell, Jack Tucker in the second row with Lee Kilcoyne, James Brandon and Tom Callahan in the back row. So we're just about ready to kick off here in Newcastle West, just getting the last formalities out of the way with the club photos. as a former player here, what's going through your mind in the build-up right before the kick-off here as you're waiting to receive from Creggs? What are you thinking here as you're about to start off this game?
Well, Creggs are kicking off to our lads anyway, so look, they'll just take the ball at these boys and test them out for the first few minutes. We have a good solid pack there, so they're well able to carry the ball. So the first few minutes will be interesting, but field is in perfect condition, so should be a good game of rugby.
It is the conditions today are quite close. Does that play anything here with the conditions, with the low wind, a little bit of humidity, or will it be no factor at all really?
I don't. It's perfect conditions for rugby today. As I said, pitch, weather, everything's perfect, so we should be in for a good game of rugby.
We're just waiting for the referee to kick us off here in Newcastle and get us underway here in this first round game of the AIL Junior Cup.
Just hi to Tim Mulcahy there. I think he's in Barcelona this weekend. Tim is normally up here with us, so he's probably listening in. So,
and also say hello to James Mullins, who's actually in Kazakhstan listening in here. So probably about as far away from Newcastle West as you can get.
Hopefully they can hear us loud and clear.
And we are just getting ready to kick off here. It will be Creggs kicking from right to left. So knockout rugby here. Does that change the equation for how Newcastle West will try and approach this game?
This is a competition that we would like to win, so the boys will be giving it everything. I think there's a knock on there.
Knock on early on there from Creggs, but they're playing on the advantage. A good carry there by the hooker right into the teeth of the Newcastle defence, and Creggs looking to try and get a bit of width on the ball here and getting it out, going through the hands and getting into those white spaces. This is a good carry on the edge here, and they're making decent ground. They're still playing with the advantage, and it's a penalty for not rolling away there against Newcastle. Creggs will have a good opportunity here, and I suppose the question becomes now, do they go down the line or go for the posts? They're going down the line. So looking at this situation here from a Newcastle West perspective, are you competing here, or are you looking to try and just stay on the ground?
No, I'd imagine we'll compete here. Now we have heard through the grapevine that they have a very good line-out, so this will be the first one to see how good it is. So we've good lifters as well, so hopefully the lads are looking to compete anyway.
Daniel Arnold's getting ready to throw in here for Creggs, Connacht Club. And they have their backs moves planned here, you'd imagine, if they're not going to just maul this directly.
Unfortunate knock on there by the lads on the...
That's a good counter launch by Newcastle, but Creggs are away, and it's loose at the back, but they still have possession. And it's a good defensive pressure by Newcastle, and they've kicked that down the field. There's a bit of a foot race here. Creggs looking to scramble back, and they have possession, but Newcastle here are pressing. A little unlucky with the poach attempt there. Creggs under pressure now, and Newcastle West really adding defensive pressure here. Good line speed, applying pressure at that breakdown. That's a big penalty to Newcastle West. In kickable position too, Declan.
Yes, that was Cian Tierney that tried to rob that ball. He's very good at that actually. He's a very solid player. He targets that at the breakdown. So I think we should probably take the 3 points here.
Looks like they're going for the 3. How big a statement do you think that was? First line out of the game. Creggs a bit of a line out team, mauling team, to get that turnover and go right back up the field.
The lads showed great pressure there on looking at Rob the line out, because they were up with him, but they showed good pressure up off the line quick, and as I said, they made one error then and we kicked down the field, and that's why we're here. 3 points hopefully here from I don't know who will be kicking, but probably Shane Airy. Shane Airy is our kicker. We have a man down at the moment.
Just getting assessed there. I suppose it being cup rugby, this is the kind of opportunity you take your 3 here if you can at all.
Absolutely.
It is
Shane Airy
who was down.
So
yeah,
he's okay.
So good early pressure there from Newcastle West off the back of that turnover, getting right back up the field, and you could tell with just the pressure that they were under there, Creggs, to try and recover that ball. Newcastle West had all the power in that situation.
They did, yeah. They were up quick, and as I said, Cian Tierney was in over the ball and robbed it fairly. As I said, he's good at that. He poaches that kind of a situation a lot.
So early chance for Newcastle here to go 3-0 up. That's a great kick. Newcastle go 3-0 up here early on in this AIL Junior Cup first round game. So Newcastle and West, I imagine, just looking to try and take this and exit back up the field. From a Creggs perspective, they'd be disappointed with that opener.
Yeah, we showed good pressure. We knocked on the first kick-off, and as I said, the lads, they did well.
Going for the exact same spot again, and it's taken by Creggs. Creggs seem to be going for that narrow space there off the kick-off, and they're back in a decent attacking position. That was Daniel Arnold there, their hooker, getting through a lot of carrying work early on. And Craig's looking to go with the exact same structure again, getting that to width and out to the edge, but it was a loose pass there and a knock-on.
Referee didn't see it.
Referee Ross Shaughnessy hasn't called it, and Creggs are still on the attack here. Big carry, but that's another good poach attempt there by Newcastle. Creggs retain, and they're going through the phases here quite well. Big breakdown pressure from Newcastle West though. He's off his feet, has to leave that. There is Arnold again. Newcastle West holding them well here though, in and around the 10-metre line. That's a good step back inside and a great tackle by Newcastle West there again, and more breakdown pressure. Creggs here retaining the ball quite well though. Look to kick down the line. That's a decent attacking step from Creggs, and we have a defensive line-up position here from Newcastle West. Defensively there, Newcastle West did quite well.
It was a great tackle there by Jason Wolfe there. He good hard hit there on that, So again, the lads are brilliant. They're up off the line very good today, and they're putting a lot of pressure on them, even though they have a line up now. But hopefully we compete here again. Just in relation to the kicker, it was Alex O'Halloran actually, number 13, that got them 3 points. So
Alex O'Halloran kicking.
He's the kicker today.
So decent position here for Newcastle West here. A bit of a pressure throw. If you're Creggs here, you're probably looking to try and pressure this. It's a free shot really to try and disrupt this throw. And I think Newcastle just looking to get a solid exit in place here. That's a high loft to the back. Great take. Very, very nice. And Newcastle mauling, but there is crossing in the lineup. That'll be frustrating. A really good opportunity here for Creggs to kick deep into the Newcastle half. If they don't go for 3. It looks like a tricky enough angle for a kick. So they're going down the line.
It's a great take there by Jason Wolfe. Just unfortunate there they got cut for a crossing.
So feels like a big moment here in the early going of this game. Creggs here right down on the 5-metre line it seems. Their line out, their maul, we've heard big things. An opportunity for Newcastle West here again. Are they going into the air, or are they going to stay in the ground and look to try and compete against this maul?
I'd say they're staying in the ground here now, 5 metres out, so I'd say they'll...
Last time out, Newcastle West got 2 counterlift pods into the air. Really disrupted that Creggs throw. Made the maul a little bit tricky, but we'll see how it goes here. That's a good take by Creggs, and there's a maul going on here. They're entering in. That's a great counter shove by Newcastle West, so they put that right back, and Creggs have to break. Good defence there by Newcastle. And there's a penalty to Creggs for not rolling away, but serious maul defence there by Newcastle West. But Creggs on the attack here and going to the layers and getting into the white spaces, and just unlucky. Almost an intercept there, but they were on penalty advantage for not rolling away. So it'll be another close range defensive set here for Newcastle West.
You'd imagine they'll take the 3 points here. Alan Reardon just got caught on the wrong side there, couldn't get it roll away, so the referee penalised him for that. So
one of those situations where it's once you lose that collision, a penalty is almost inevitable.
Exactly. Yeah. Sometimes it's a bit unfortunate because you can't roll away. You're being penalised for it, So looks like they're going for the 3 points.
Creggs are going to go for the 3 points, looking to try and tie this game up 3-all. But I think from a Newcastle West perspective, I think you'd nearly take that given the position that Creggs had there.
Absolutely, yeah. The lads again showed great defence. They were outnumbered. We were outnumbered here on the wing, and Daniel Normal just came up and intercepted, and knocked it on. But it was, as you said, it was penalty advantage anyway. So they went back for that. So. But
really good aggressive defence from the wing. That's kind of what you want in that spot.
Yeah, the lads are brilliant off the line today. Like they're up in their faces every time. They're quick off the line. So their defence is outstanding so far.
Early opportunity here for Shane Purcell to tie this one up for Creggs.
He missed it,
He's dragged that wide, so A let off for Newcastle West, but I think maybe a bit of a reward for the defence of that maul, which looked really, really impressive right on the drop.
Absolutely. It was a bad miss, though. You would expect him to get that, you know.
Yeah,
the kicker should be getting them kicks.
Newcastle West still with a 3-0 lead here early on. And an opportunity here to get a bit of territory and get this ball back up the field. Long drive for the dropout upfield, and Creggs looking to try and attack here on transition, looking for the kick that has just drifted out on the full. So compounding errors there for Creggs early on. An opportunity here to for Newcastle to try and get this maul going, or try and build a bit of attack off the back of it. Former prop here at Newcastle West, what are you looking for here in this situation? You're looking to try and drive this maul?
Well, it's our first line. We have a good maul, so the most important thing here now is they'll probably get Jason Wolf up, but probably looks like should be 2 ball. It's a 6 man, 7 man on it. Yeah, 2 ball.
Good
Jason
take again by Newcastle West. No penalty for obstruction this time, and a good maul by Newcastle West. They've got that in the train at the back. Aaron Rice here ready to spread it, and he spotted a little gap, looking for the offload, and an unfortunate knock on there. A decent idea, but the execution was just a little bit off.
Yeah, it was a good move by him now, to be fair. Just unfortunate it didn't go to hand. First line out, so it was a good line out.
A decent take at the front as well.
Yeah, Jason is solid. Once you get him up, he's solid out.
First scrum here. Declan, former prop, what are you thinking looking at this, coming up for the first scrum in a game like this?
I fancy ourselves here, we have a very strong pack, so I hope I don't have to eat my words here, but no, our scrum is a strong part of our game, so hopefully we might win it back here or get a penalty, drive them off it.
Craig's looking to try and exit in a tough spot, just around the line of the 22. Newcastle West, you'd imagine, looking to try and put as much pressure as they can on this put-in. They don't have to worry about a strike, they can just go, and they're really putting pressure on there, and it's a bit of a collapse there on the tight head side, but we're playing, and Craig's look to exit and get it long up the field through Owen Coyle. Gets good length on that. A great kick by Creggs, and Newcastle West back around the 10 metre line. No opportunity to transition directly, no quick line out, back inside their own half, but a decent position for Newcastle West all the same. And
the scrum wasn't as solid down as you'd like. Looked like the loose head, that's a slip, that's a Shane Breen on the far side, so probably looking to get away with it. The ball was being exited at that point anyway, so we need to get tighter on the scrums.
Newcastle here in around the 10 metre line, looking to try and get back into that Craig's half. Another decent take in the line out there again, and that's Jason Wolf with another great take. He's had 3 now. And a good kick downfield, great pressure there. It's a really, really nicely done there by Newcastle West, putting it right back in on the line of the 22. And it's a 50-22, I think it was. Really nice stuff there from Newcastle West off the back of that. Great tactical kick. If you're a forward, you must love looking at the likes of that.
But Shane Tracy is a great kicker. He gets us into these positions on a regular basis. So he's a great boot of a ball,
So that was a 50-22. Newcastle West will have the put in here again. Jason Wolf so far has been the primary target in the line-out. Looking at the way that Newcastle West broke off that last maul, that's another great take there by Jason Wolf. And we've the maul has been sacked there, so we're going to head to the backs. Decent intent the last time. What are they going to try and do here? Another decent pass there to Cian Tierney, and a good physical carry. Craig's putting pressure on, and they win a breakdown penalty. A blown clean out there. That'll be frustrating for Newcastle West in a decent position.
The lads, they just didn't get there. He was, the Creggs lads were in straight away.
It's a frustrating one. You look at those. You need to have that ruck resource, especially if it's the first one off the break on the maul.
Absolutely, especially with the position we were in. After winning the line out, and then I think it was Alex O'Halloran. I think might have tucked it up, and obviously the lads clean out wasn't there quick enough.
So Newcastle West brought back just inside the halfway line. Creggs will have the throw in here. Jason Wolf so far, his line of work has been very, very impressive. Will he get back up into the air for this one again? He seems to have been the standout player early on here for Newcastle West, but Craig's looking to try and launch here and start some attack of their own. They've spread it out. good pressure again, but Creggs have it and are attacking here and getting in their hands in through the layers and getting a bit of width. That's a knock on there, and it'll be a scrum and a put into Newcastle West. A decent return, decent defensive pressure there once again from Newcastle.
Absolutely, a good hit there, that's why he knocked it on, so good defence again. We need a big scrum here now. John Walsh is our tight head prop. John is fairly solid as well. Sean Corbett, Sean is a long time with Newcastle, is 10 or 15 years in a hooker, so we have a good solid front row there with Shane Breen as loose head prop. So
that's them out. It looked like Tom Farrell got a bit of a nudge and a bit of an angle on John Walsh, so he'll be looking to try and rectify that this time. But you can see here he's got a good low height, and he's looking to try and apply pressure, and he's got a good angle on him there, and he's getting forward movement as well. That scrum is going. Really good scrum by Newcastle West, and another good kick over. It's a difficult one, but the Creggs winger handles the bounce and gets a decent exit back up the field. Newcastle West with an opportunity now though to attack in transition. It's a decent bounce. Andrew Mortel has it and looks to try and go himself with a decent chip over the top. Likes to look at that. Pressure applied there. Creggs have a broken field to look at here, but the blitz there from Newcastle West cuts them off, and decent pressure being applied again. But there's numbers here on the blind side, and it's a knock on there by the Creggs winger. Unfortunate. But Newcastle West will have a chance again there to get their scrum moving. Very imposing scrum.
In the season, so a lot of knock-ons, a lot of drop balls.
That last Newcastle West scrum, very, very impressive.
Very good, yeah, nice and tight. Lads did well. If they could have left it in and kept going forward, we might have got a penalty out of it, because we definitely had the momentum there. But
it seemed that time that John Walsh, he just prevented Farrell from getting that little nudge in. He got a good low height and was able to impose himself physically.
Absolutely, yeah.
So here we go again, another scrum, good position for Newcastle West. And looking to double up on that momentum from the previous scrum, and we've got a reset here. Seems there like both men were going in on the angle there.
Yeah.
As a tight hit prop here, what is he looking to do to his opposite man in this moment?
Well, in attacking scrum, all you want to do is hold your own ball. Like, so all he has to do is get nice and low and lock out. Like, you know, when you're defending, like, you obviously want to try and upset him and go at him. Like, you know, but the key here is down nice and low. The lower you get, the better it is for yourself, and the more stability you have.
He's got a good long bind there, and there's boarding going in over there. It's a penalty to Newcastle West. Looks like a lot of pressure on there.
Loose head was boring in on him there, like, you know. So, like, John would be fairly solid, like, so he got his reward there, to be fair to him.
Yeah, good physical pressure there by Newcastle West, and they have a decent opportunity here to kick down into the Creggs half and look to try and add to this early lead. Still 3-0 here to Newcastle West in the early goings of this one.
We haven't seen our backs movement yet, so I suppose like that again, they might maul this again and try and get out to the backs, because we have lively boys out there, like, you know, so hopefully now we can
let's see here.
Wolf, I'd say, will probably be the target again here, get him up.
Cian Mulcahy here lurking in midfield as well. That's another really good throw there to Jason Wolf, and a bit of action here and a big carry there by Mulcahy, and the breakdown is a little bit better this time from Newcastle West. Good physicality, and Wolf again seems to be everywhere here. Really, really good carry there by Newcastle West again, and we seem to have a bit of face play going on here, and a knock on, unfortunately.
Again, yeah.
Early in the season, that kind of thing is to be expected to a certain extent.
Absolutely, yeah. It is a good movement there by Jason Wolf again. Cian Mulcahy was the first man first in to take it up. Very solid. Then Jason Wolf, and unfortunately level out to the backs and knocked it on.
Jason Wolf, his line-out work so far in this game has been very, very impressive, and as you said there, he was one of the first guys around in the next phase after the hit-up, so
he works hard.
Really good performance here early on, and Newcastle West again have an opportunity here to try and impose themselves in the scrum on Creggs, who will be looking to try and get this as far up the field as they can possibly get it.
So Newcastle now they'll go after, they'll target our scrum here now, and we'll try and upset the apple tart here and try and drive them off it. But Creggs have a fairly solid scrum as well. They haven't been found wanting in any of the scrums so far. So it's a good test for both of them.
And if you're Creggs here, you would try and want to get a little bit of momentum of your own, but that's another really good scrum by Newcastle West. They're going backwards there, but Creggs here going through the hands again. They have been not shy at all about getting that ball into the layers and trying to get the ball to the speedy men on the wing, and that's a really good carry and a great break, and it's a last ditch tackle and it's knocked on, is it? And it's taken on the line again. They're going to come back for the scrum. What a carry on the wing there by their number 11, Lalagofau. What a carry. Great stuff from Creggs handling into the back line, but what a last-ditch tackle. Absolutely. From Andrew Mortel covering across there.
Line out anyway to Newcastle.
It's a line out. Newcastle have possession. It just about ended in touch. That was superb from Mortel there.
Yeah, he did well to come back. We missed the tackle here. I don't remember who missed the tackle.
I think it was Daniel Normoyle.
Daniel Normoyle, but and Andrew did well to get back, and
that's about all you can ask for from a full-back in that position.
About 2 metres out, he got him, he nailed him. So
an excellent break there from Creggs. They have, for the entire game so far, they have been looking to try and get that ball through the hands, and they've been quite effective when they've managed it. Newcastle West defence has handled it so far, but a break up the edges there that almost ended in a Creggs try, but for a last-ditch tackle, and it's a throw in here for Newcastle. Oh, and it's turned over, and defensive pressure for Newcastle West. Creggs looking to try and get it through the hands again. Another good tackle, and Creggs are going through the phases, and they are pressuring here early on. There's a blitz and a pass out to the edge. Another opportunity. It's a try for Creggs in the corner. Really good attack there from Creggs off that spilt line out. Frustrating for Newcastle West in that position, though.
It is, because we had a line out down here, and we kind of went to 4 or 5 maybe, and maybe in a situation like that we should have went up at 2, secured the ball and get out and clear the lines, kind of made hard work of that now, to be fair. I know Creggs have been probably the better team so far as coming forward and attacking. They've made more ground than us. Our backs haven't been tested yet. Our forwards are working very hard, so I think we need to try and get the ball out to our fast men and start doing what they're doing to us, because they're opening us up, and very unlucky not to get the try the first time there. Andrew Martell, as you said, made a superior tackle. So we need to up our game now.
Creggs here looking to take this conversion and stretch it out to...
No.
It is wide. It remains 5 points, 3. Newcastle West down by 2 as we're coming up around the midway point of the first half. So Newcastle West looking to try and get this deep, you'd imagine, and try and put a bit of territorial pressure on Creggs and try and work a line out.
I'd say Shane area will get us up nice and high here now and get the boys onto it, and force them to make a few errors, and we really need to get going. A lot of the rugby has been played on our own half at the moment. We need to stack it into the Creggs half and start.
I suppose looking at the physical pressure that Newcastle West have been able to apply in the scrum, and how well the maul has gone, I think that's kind of been the bedrocks of the game so far for Newcastle when it's looked good.
Our scrum our line-out has been 100% so far. Our scrum has been very good. Our defence is very good, but we just need to get the ball to hand. A few knock-ons, a few simple errors. This will sort itself out.
And it's one of those moments now, you just after going down in a cup tie like this, I suppose you're just looking for something to settle the nerves back down again and just try and get back into some settled phase play now and start exerting some pressure down around the Creggs half, as you were saying. Just waiting for the go ahead here from... We've an injury. We've a man down over there. Nicely worked try. As you said there, it seems to be at the moment a lot of Creggs backline in their handling coming up against a very strong Newcastle West set piece, and it seems for Newcastle to try and get that pressure back coming up the other way, but the restart there looks to have gone out on the full, so we'll come back for a scrum on the halfway line.
So Andrew Martell is actually is number 14 and Daniel Normal is number 15. So it was Daniel Normal that made the tackle down here a while ago. So the boys have... So Daniel is number 15 and Andrew Martell is 14.
So Newcastle West here, I mean, ideally you would have liked to try and get that, keep it in field, but have to go hard at this scrum here. Absolutely, now to try and get something back from it. So the opportunity here for Newcastle West to try and put some pressure on this Creggs set piece, which they've done quite well so far, and that's another really good scrum by Newcastle West, putting them under massive pressure there. But Creggs get the ball away and managed to kick that downfield. But Newcastle West have it in a decent spot here and spotted a bit of space in behind. That's a really good kick. And they're right on the halfway line again here. Newcastle West and a penalty given away there. Unfortunate. And frustrating as well at the same time after good work being undone again.
Great work from Daniel Normal there now to make the ground he made. I don't know what the penalty was for. Obviously, Creggs were in over him fairly quick again, so we need to get the boys to the ruck a lot quicker and protect the ball. We're doing a lot of good work, but we're undoing it by simple mistakes like that. And giving
small moments of indiscipline seem to be letting Newcastle West down here early on. It is 5 points to 3 here to Creggs. And they will have the put in here in this line out just outside the Newcastle West 22. So far, Jason Wolfe, his defensive line-out work has been really, really good. Could do with the big moment here again.
He's been fingertips away from the last few, so he's definitely putting a lot of pressure on him. I think they've shortened the line-out this time, have they?
They have. They've gone to a 5-man line-out here. And very unlucky again there from Jason Wolfe. Creggs here looking to get on the attack again, and a decent little tip on pass into space there by Creggs. And they're going to the layers once again. Newcastle West here under pressure and need to start making their tackles and exerting some defensive pressure. Creggs again with another big carry and met on the gain line there by Jack Corkery. Good tackle. Defensive pressure here coming in, and it's almost a breakdown turnover there from Newcastle West, but Creggs just about retain and get this ball to the layers again. Decent screen pass, but a great tackle there. Great tackle by Sean Corbett. Exerts himself, and we have another penalty to Creggs.
A kickable penalty.
In kickable range, this could take it out to 8 points to 3. And they are signalling for the posts. It just seems in the last 5 minutes that Newcastle West have had a lot of trouble just getting the ball out of the danger area in their own half.
Yeah, it's been penalised a lot in the breakdown, so the lads are going in over the top or what, I don't know, but we're been penalised a lot, giving away a lot of soft penalties. We've done a lot of good work, but undoing it, giving away penalty like that in front of the goals is handy 3 points for Creggs now. I don't think he'll miss this one.
Number 9, Mark Brandon, looking to convert this penalty for Creggs. He does so and extends their lead 8 points to 3 here, coming towards the last part of the first half. Newcastle West need to get some territory and pressure off this restart for certain.
Shane kicked out the full the last time, so it was a scrum back, so we need to get it right here now. We need to get back into the Creggs half and start getting the score before half time. We're more than capable. We just need to get... He's gone long this time.
Gone long, decent angle on that, decent hang time, and the first tackle's missed, but decent pressure now. Newcastle West camping Creggs just on the line of the 22 and looking to try and exert pressure here. Creggs looking to try and exit long off 10, and they get it up into the Newcastle West half of the field, but there's an opportunity to counter-attack here for Newcastle West, and they have been expansive when they've seen that space, and that's an aggressive looking carry and a very good break, and unfortunate offload just doesn't go to hand, and we have a breaking ball and it's flying all over the place, but this is a decent opportunity here from Newcastle West. That is Alex O'Halloran there hacking that one through, and it just goes out over the touchline.
Good work there by Daniel Normal running up the centre there, so
he has looked to try and kick into space anytime he's seen it.
Yeah. Line out to Newcastle West.
Newcastle West have the possession here, so this is a decent enough attacking position here. The line out seems to have gone well so far. Last time out they hit up Cian Mulcahy.
4 man and Jason Wolf again.
Another great take, and what a fantastic throw by Sean Corbett that was. And they're getting the ball into the layers here. Decent bit of handling there from Newcastle West and a good break. Cian Tierney again there looking for that offload, and it's a penalty to Newcastle West. No release from Creggs.
Great work.
Decent opportunity here. You go down the line here surely.
It's kickable though.
And they're going for the post.
They're going for the post, yeah.
So the first bit of decent sustained pressure off the line out there, and a penalty presents itself.
Like Cian Tierney is very solid. Like give him the ball there. Like even Daniel Normal there prior to that, he made great ground running up there. Like the lads are very solid. Like so that's what we need to see more of. They're getting the ball out to the first centre, second centre, out to the wingers. Like we fast guys, they're all fairly solid. Like they're unfortunately on 1 or 2 occasions the ball didn't go to hand. So look, it's starting to work itself out now.
But you have to look at the intent as well of the Newcastle West backline. The offloads looking to try and throw there, the little chips over the top. If they can get that ball into the space, it would seem that there's an opportunity there to score tries.
Absolutely.
Big kick here for Newcastle West in the context of this first half. It's a decent distance out though. Would be a decent kick to make it from here. That's a good looking strike and an excellent score. It is 8 points to 6 here. Really nicely taken penalty and a good sequence of play from Newcastle West. The first bit of handling has produced another 3 points.
Again, came from a good line out there again, so good positivity there now. Good kick by Shane Erie to get the 3 points. It wasn't the easiest of kicks, but he's good under them pressure kicks as well,
I suppose going back there to Tierney, the ball carries that he had there, constantly looking for the offload, getting over the gain line like that, how much easier does that make it to win those breakdown battles, go on the front foot?
Yeah, so like that, you need the support there. Unfortunately, with the first couple of phases, it didn't go to hand. As you said, the intent is there, and you'll be back here some Sundays, and that would work all the time, and they get great tries out of it.
Oh, that's an unfortunate knock on there, and Creggs have possession just inside the Newcastle West 22, but they'll come back for the knock on there. A frustrating one off the restart.
Yeah, pity. Cian Mulcahy, unlike him, he's good under the ball as well, but sure, look, it is that type of day. If the ball was wet, they probably wouldn't drop him at all.
But as you can see here, if you're watching on the stream, it is a little bit muddy underfoot. It's quite close. Decent conditions for scrummaging though, and we've seen from Newcastle West early on the pressure that they've managed to exert. Looking at it here, it seems that Walsh has the advantage so far on this tight head side.
The referee is watching it at this side now to see what's going on.
And that's going down again there. Seems that the Creggs loosehead Farrell is looking to try and get that nudge and bore in on the inside, which is a tough ask with the referee standing right there.
It looks that way, but the referee doesn't always see it that way. Because John would be fairly solid, but as I said, I agree with exactly what you're saying, but the referee is there and he mightn't quite see it that way, but might have been just a slip there since he's resetting it.
And if you're the hooker and the loosehead here, that combination, what are you looking to do here in this defensive position?
The loosehead now, because we're defending, so the loosehead should be trying to get up at his side, so we turn him over to the line.
That's another good scrum there.
Tight head will just be holding his own.
And again through the hands there, their winger is in to a central position. More good hands by Creggs as they get into that wide channel, and the offload doesn't go to hand. It's a knock-on advantage to Newcastle West, who still have possession here and are looking to try and drive forward here. Really good carry, aggressive stuff there from Newcastle West as they look to try and manufacture an exit here from their 22, and it's a penalty for offside, it looks like there, and they're going quickly. And an offload sticks, and Newcastle West on their front foot here again. Really good stuff there. And Newcastle West with an advantage here, and a broken looking field here if they can get that ball through the hands, and they have done. Space opening up here, a slip tackle, really good stuff there. That's really, really good there from Liam Tracy, and they have a central position here, an opportunity to try and go through the phases here again. Really good physical carry there. Alan O'Riordan imposing himself physically there. Oh, the offload. Walsh gets it over.
Very harsh.
Very harsh looking. A forward pass call there. But again, very good work from Newcastle West once they get that ball and on the front foot.
Yeah, unlucky there now, because that was a try. Like, we were home and hose there, only that unfortunate for the forward pass. From here,
very marginal, we'll say.
Jesus, okay.
In the last 5 minutes, though, it seems that Newcastle West have managed to reverse that momentum that was going against them in the previous 10.
It was a quick tap and go for the penalty down here by Aaron Rice. He made great ground. He got us up to the halfway line, So look, the momentum is with Newcastle West now at the moment.
And again, normal. Getting themselves in their front foot, looking to try and express themselves and doing it, getting into the wide channels, and a fantastic carry there again there by Liam Tracy, just again very physical, very direct, and when Newcastle West can get the ball through the hands, it seems, and retain it over a couple of phases, the space is showing itself.
Earlier on we just haven't been getting the ball to the boys out in the centres and so forth, and in the last 5 or 10 minutes we have been doing that, and we're making savage ground, so we need more of that. A big scrum here now again for Newcastle West, hopefully. It's a big one. It's a Creggs pudding, so we'll be
looking to try and go all guns blazing at this one. One thing you see with Newcastle West, great body height on the scrum in general, and I think that's added to some of the pressure that they've gone on Creggs, and that's more pressure from Newcastle, but Creggs get that one away and get it somewhat contestable, but there's an opportunity here under pressure. That's it. Good breakdown retention there by Newcastle West, and they have an opportunity here. Forwards need to get back into position after the scrum. Good physical carry there. It seems there's a bit of space here in this backfield for Newcastle if they can. Oh, that's a nice little move there by Newcastle on the break up the wing. Only one man to beat there again. Fantastic stuff, and a lovely offload again. Really good by Newcastle, but the breakdown needs to be there. They've retained it just about. Excellent stuff on the short side there from Newcastle West. Pick and go. And it looked like there's space developing here with a knock on in tight, and Creggs with an opportunity to go through the hands here, and they do so, and they've got to break up the middle of the field here, and they're into space. Newcastle West trying to track back and get a tackle on here, and there, it's a missed tackle, and it's just stopped at the try line. Newcastle West trying to get over the ball. If we have breakdown turnover, no, it's gone again to Creggs, and they finish in the corner. Very, very frustrating in that moment. A spill at the ruck. Creggs go 55 metres up the field and score a try coming up close to half time. Very frustrating.
Very frustrating. Like, we're doing so much good work there and just knock it on again. Probably might have took a little bit too much out of it. We probably should have left it out to the boys, But
excellently taken try by Creggs on the turnover there, but very, very frustrating from a Newcastle West perspective looking at that. I think it looked like a little knock on just as a pick and go off the ruck. Very, very frustrating. Usually the safest ball to go to, as you said. Might have been a better idea when the backs were kind of going so well in the last couple of minutes, maybe get that ball through the hands. But
all Newcastle try to do there is take on a few pods and suck them in, and that'll open it up out here then for our backs. Unfortunately here we didn't get that break there with the forward pass. It looked very marginal, as you said. We were home and hose there. There would have been a big turnaround. You would have been
small margins in this AIL Junior Cup game so far. Conversion isn't made. It is 13-6 so far, and a frustrating end to the half there from for a Newcastle West perspective. But again, you look at the principles of the last couple of minutes. It's there for Newcastle West if they can cut out some of the small errors.
No, the one thing about this team is that we've been in more situations than this and came away with the result. And there's a never say die attitude. We have a strong, very strong bench here as well. And it looks like there that Tyrese has been warmed up there at the moment for the scrum. So
it's a good take in the backfield again. And Newcastle West have looked dangerous here with that chip over the top. That one just falls a little bit short, though, but it's a great tackle and recovery there. And Craig's looking to try to recover this position just inside the halfway line. And there's lots of little chips over the top in there. Both teams identifying that space in the back, and they've kicked it through there for Craig's. Newcastle West trying to track it back. Is it going to go dead? It is not, and Craig's are going to dot that down. More small mistakes leading to big scores down the other end. Very, very frustrating.
kind of chipped over there, but then it went straight into Greg's hands, and sure there was no one back then again. Like, you know, he just kicked it, and sure there was no one at home. Like,
a disappointing last couple of minutes there for Newcastle West after a decent second quarter. The danger now, score starting to go up, not dead by any means, but Newcastle West really need something off the next couple of possessions.
Absolutely, yeah. There's 2 minutes to half time. I think you heard someone saying there, but referee might very well blow it up after this conversion. But
Creggs looking to try and extend their lead here. Small bit of a mountain to climb here for Newcastle West. It's brought back in. A good conversion by Creggs. We're coming up very, very close to half time now. It seems like we're going to have a restart here. From a Newcastle West perspective, what needs to happen?
I think Creggs are living off our mistakes. We're locking on balls, making, you know, we're not holding on to the ball. These small little dummy kicks or whatever you want to call them, dinky kicks or whatever like that. We don't need to be doing that. We need to hold on to the ball, take it up. We're strong enough, we're fast enough. We need to own that ball. Like, we know we can't be making silly errors like that, you know.
Tyrese Holbrook has come on for John Walsh for Newcastle West in the front row. So Newcastle West looking to try and finish this half on a positive if they can. Creggs retained that restart and are looking to just try and play down this clock here as they get up to half time. It really has been a story in the first half of Newcastle West mistakes being punished very, very severely. And here's Holbrook. Big physical carry there, getting a lot of ground. Opportunity for Newcastle West here right before half time. Decent physical pressure there. Big tackle though by Creggs, a double tackle I think like on Shane Corbett. Opportunity here though for Newcastle West to try and retain the ball here. Very, very good carry there by Tyrese Holbrook. Big physical man. Newcastle trying to suck in those defenders with those tight pick and goes. And the backs are looking to try and add a few structures here. It's penalty advantage. That's exactly what you'd want from a Newcastle West perspective. Looking to try and play here. Rice again looks very, very dangerous. And another good carry there by Tyrese Holbrook. They're struggling to limit him physically. There's Jason Wolfe offloading again there. That's off an offload to Liam Tracy, who's looked very, very dangerous when he's got that possession. The pass there not great, but he does well to retain it. An offload wide.
We need to get someone with this fella now. Alex O'Halloran.
That's Alex O'Halloran. Decent retention there under pressure. Rice has looked very, very dangerous when he's seen that space, and that's a great carry by Cian Mulcahy. And Tyrese Holbrook looking to try and run in here. Really good carry. Newcastle West coming up onto the 5 metre line. Rice again looking for space, and the pass just goes over the hands, but we've got it in the hands of Padraig Roach. Looking to try and carry. It's come back, and it's knocked on. Unfortunate there from Newcastle West. Tyrese Holbrook, since he's come on, imposing himself physically on Creggs.
Serious ball carrier, like, you know, he's been very solid.
So we have a penalty on the 5 metre line here for Newcastle West.
If it was me, I'd be giving it to Tyrese anyway. 5 metres out.
Load it up to the big guy and see if they can stop him from close range. Are they going to tap and go with this one? They are. Alan O'Riordan has this one here. Tyrese Holbrook, number 17, lining up on this next phase if they can hit him. That's an offside there, surely, but it doesn't really matter. Holbrook trying to get that ball back, and it's come free, and Creggs have just about recovered it, but it's a penalty.
Look at there.
They've been off their feet. They can't go quickly like that.
There's a man in serious trouble from Greggs down. He's all around
he's
the
hurt down there. Looks to be a fairly serious injury. Alan O'Riordan there with a good carry. Rice looked to try to load it up to Tyrese Holbrook. Creggs looked offside, but it didn't matter. That's the physicality of this guy.
I'd say that's why we got the penalty most likely, because they did look like they were offside. Alan did well there. Alan's the captain. He did very well there this year. Alan's a good, solid player as well. Well able to carry the ball. So
I suppose the theory loading up with the O'Riordan there, he takes the hit from the combined defence.
Exactly.
Leave a bit of space open for hitting the big guy then afterwards. So a massive opportunity here for Newcastle West. You feel you have to take this opportunity.
We need this goal. We need this try for half time. You know, this will. It's the least we deserve out of it, I think, at this stage. You know, so But it looks like we're tapping and going again.
Another good carry by Reardon. He scored a try. The captain stepping up, taking that opportunity. A really nicely converted 5-metre tap and go in the end.
Absolutely, he got there himself. You know, as I said, just saying prior to that, like he's fierce, solid, great ball carrier, big man, hard to stop. You know, so great try. The least we deserve out of this half, to be honest about it. So it's 20 points to 11 is it at the moment, so convert this.
A conversion to come here, that'll be important as well.
You know,
that's exactly what Newcastle needed coming up to the end of this half.
You know. And
again, I think the impact of Tyrese Holbrook as a ball carrier since he's come on has really upped the physicality of Newcastle West, especially on the fringes.
And teams like Creggs don't like to see fellas like him running at him, because he is a serious, he's a wrecking ball, like, you know.
That conversion has gone over. Newcastle West pulling it back right before half-time. It is half-time here in Newcastle West in the AIL Junior Cup first round. It is
20
Creggs
points to
20,
13,
Newcastle West 13. Your thoughts in the first half overall?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I thought Creggs, they're kind of, you know, their attack is very good. Our defence has been very good. I think they've been living off our mistakes. You know, we've been unlucky in a few episodes of the game, knocking on the ball. You know, they're very good to come in over the top and rob our ball, and we've been penalised a good few times at that. So all lads need to get to the row quicker and protect the ball. I think all in all, it hasn't been the best performance by us, but I definitely think now the second half, we playing down into the dressing rooms is the way we always play. That's where we like to play. So I think in the second half now, one score game, I think the lads are going to work hard. I think we're still going to pull this off.
It's all to play for in this first round game in the AIL Junior Cup. Newcastle West down by a score as we head into the second half. We will be back right after these messages.
Even my own family say to me, like, God, you've never been as happy in a job, like, you love Cisco. And I genuinely do. But even the first day I went in there for the interview, like, there was such a lovely atmosphere about the place. Like, people were laughing. They were doing their jobs at the same time, but they were laughing.
So Cisco are a very family-orientated business, I would find. There's not a single holiday goes by where there's something doesn't arrive at the door for families and kids.
I think it's nice to know that you can do your job and it gets recognised, and people appreciate that as well. If you want to be part of a great organisation, the best in the business that's just getting bigger and better, come and work for Cisco.
It's really fun and everybody is so, you know, friendly. That's the best part about, like, Cisco colleagues and Cisco employees. Like, I won't call them employees, of course, they are like my friends now.
You know, the bit that I really like about working in Cisco Ireland and the team we have and the culture is that, you know, I could come in the morning and be talking to someone on the way in, and I'd speak to them the exact same way as I would to the CFO later on that day. Everyone's really down to earth and get along, and you know, there is a real team ethic and you know, sense of inclusion across the business, which is really reassuring.
Go for it, you know, challenge yourself. You put in what you get out, you know, if you're willing to work hard, you'll be rewarded, so definitely go for it.
I can go to anyone and ask them for anything. It's almost like college, like I'm learning, like, to get me, like they're teaching me rather than expecting me to just know everything off the bat. It's like, it takes pressure off me, so it makes me feel a lot more comfortable. Like,
what I like within our team is that we all working as a one team. We are dedicated to what we need to do, and we are absolutely striving to do the best every day to support. And ultimately, it's supporting us as a people working for the company, but ultimately our end goal is to support our customers.
Welcome back to Newcastle West. We're ready for the second half of this AIL Junior Cup first round game. Newcastle West down by 7 here to a good Creggs side, and Newcastle West kicking off, playing into the dressing room end, and very physical tackle there straight off the restart.
Good restart.
Newcastle West, the end to the first half really added a positive to a first half that looked to try and get away from them. So from Newcastle West perspective here, it really is about keeping that ball down this end of the field as much as they can. 50-22 is on there. That's a great kick. Absolutely outstanding. Outstanding from Shane Airy there. What a kick. It's a 50-22 and it is right in the Creggs. Near enough to their 5-metre line, I would say.
That's the second one we got out of Shane today. Shane, as I said, is a super at that kind of them kind of kicks.
Exactly what you want to try and double down on the momentum of the end of the first half.
A great start now. If you can win the line out here now and get another try, make a level game of it, hopefully we can kick on then again.
You get the feeling here that if Newcastle West can kind of get this one down even, the physical pressure they showed in that first half around the 5-metre line should pay out pretty quickly.
Absolutely, yeah. As I said, with Tyrese, it's a good solid ruck here now. Tyrese is going in the back here. You could see him taking the ball here now.
And that's Newcastle West mauling and getting some good more forward momentum. And it looks like, is that a side entry there? Newcastle on the try line, it looks like. Looking to try and exert pressure. The back's lining up. Tierney again. Very good strong carry there. Newcastle West retain. Big physicality around the breakdown again. Airy looking to try and truck that one up as much as he can forwards, piling in behind him. Looking to try and get onto the try line. It's held up just on the line. Good defence by Creggs, and it's turned into a maul. They've turned it over. Big moment there for Creggs, close in.
He was unfortunately there. He was held up,
This stream is brought to you by Cisco and D Tops and Tiles.
We're in the right area of the pitch anyway, so hopefully they'll...
Again, in this spot, if you're Newcastle West, you go all guns blazing here as much as you possibly can to try and put pressure on this Creggs scrum.
We love being in this part of the pitch here, so as I said, we can see a big scrum here now. Tyrese has made a big difference as he comes on. Good chance we might push him off this one.
As the Lou said here, what is he looking to try and do to his opposite man here in this spot?
Well, we want the loose man up here now to drive them into the corner.
And he's got that forward momentum there, but that's a good break off the back there by Creggs. I think they felt the pressure was going to be coming on there.
They're taking out the ball out of the scrum very lively, and if they weren't, they'd be in trouble. But they're getting the ball out very quick.
Good exit there by Creggs. That looked like channel one ball. Get that out as soon as possible.
As quick as you can, they're not messing around with the scrums. That they're getting.
They're under pressure. I think it's fair to say.
Yeah.
Good opportunity here though for Newcastle West. Line out seems to have gone very well so far. That maul close in there looked like it got good ground there as well.
Absolutely. Just unfortunate again that I think there was Liam Tierney or Keane Tierney, I think, was held up going over the line, so it was.
Jason Wolfe has been the primary target here for Newcastle West, and they've gone to him again. Really good stuff there by Corbett and Wolfe, and Airy looking for the man on the outside. That's a great carry there by Alex O'Halloran. Good physicality, and they moved that ball quickly.
Liam Tracy.
There's Liam Tracy, who made that fantastic tackle to save the try in the early point of the first half. We have been instructed to point out there's Jason Wolfe coming up to the end, and he's offloaded. Gone through again there by Newcastle West. That's a good tackle again on the offload off the ground. There's Tierney. Real pressure here from Newcastle West. What a clean out that is. And it's a penalty advantage there to Newcastle West, and they still have possession. Rice has it, and he's looking to try. He's so dangerous around the fringes of that ruck there again, and the penalty advantage is still there. Newcastle West exerting a lot of pressure here early in this second half. They're looking to try and build those forward pods and just try to impose themselves physically here on Creggs. And there's Holbrook again. He's stopped there by Creggs, but he's retained the ball. He's drawing in 2 men to tackle every time, and they're going to the backstairs. Airy hits it out to, and it's gone. What a pass it is to the edge.
Yes,
that is a fantastic score from Newcastle West. Alex O'Halloran, looks like what a finish that was.
Great
outstanding
finish. Yeah, they moved the ball very well there now. 3 phases out to the wing or over the line. That's what Creggs have been doing to us in the first half. Now we're starting to open up and starting to do that.
Just like that, Newcastle West have an opportunity here to tie this game up after what looked like a fairly precarious situation in that first half. Really good response in the last, we'll say, 5 minutes before half-time, and just here at the start of the half has been very, very good from Newcastle West.
As I said in the first half, like, these boys don't panic. Like, I know we were 2 scores down. We got to try before half-time, and the intent here now, second half, get down into this area here and stick with it. Try now, level game here if we can get this conversion, and we should hopefully push on from there.
Seems that when Newcastle West being able to get that settled phase play and get the ball through the hands, that's when we see the likes of Tierney, that's when we see the likes of O'Halloran, and even there Liam Tracy beginning to impose themselves and getting over the gain line repeatedly. Conversion coming in here. Big conversion in the context of this game.
Looks good.
What a conversion.
Yes.
That was. No. It is all square here in Newcastle West. It is Creggs 20, Newcastle West 20, and it is all to play for here as we get going into the second half. That big Creggs league eaten up pretty quickly by Newcastle West at exactly what they would have wanted coming up there towards half time.
Shane has been outstanding with the boot today. Got us two good line-outs and 2 great kicks on the halfway line to give us the line-outs in their half, and 2 good conversion kicks from nearly the corner flag. Level game. Hopefully now we can retain the ball here and get back down the pitch again.
In these situations here, you just want solidity from the restart. Don't give any easy ins to Creggs, who have shown that if they get an opportunity, they're more than capable of taking it. A decent exit from Newcastle West in that circumstance.
Yeah, it was okay. Did the right thing, get out of there. We get Wolf up here now again to compete in this. He might get his fingers at this time. He's been fingernail stuff all along, just barely get caught. The line-out thrower from Creggs has been very good. They have a good line-out.
And that's gone crooked, surely. It seems that all the momentum is with Newcastle West.
Yeah, hopefully now it'll stay that way. And we're going for the scrum. Our scrum is very solid with Gerald. Gerald's been with us a number of years, and we put, in fairness to the lads, they put a lot of work into the scrum. We're fairly solid, like in most competitions with our pack.
And as we've seen here in the early part of this game, it is the Newcastle West scrum seems to be the one in the ascendancy at the moment.
Yeah.
And a decent position here as well to try and run something off the backs.
Good scrum.
And that's good pressure there. Newcastle West holding that fairly stable. Good kick again there by Airy, who's shown that he has that 50-22 in his locker, and Creggs here under a bit of territorial pressure early. Decent kick up the field though, and they get that just inside their half. Decent opportunity here for Newcastle West again. Physically, it seems that Newcastle West begin to impose themselves a little bit as this game is worn on.
Yeah, things are starting to work out for us now, you know. Another good kick by Shane there, put pressure on them, so now we're inside their half again. Sean Corbett has been very good in the hooker today. All balls have gone to hand. He's puts a lot of effort into the lineouts as well, in fairness to him.
His ability to find Jason Wolf has been really, really good so far.
Great ball.
And again, just really good in the air. And it's a big carry there. That's really good stuff by Alan O'Riordan, the Newcastle West captain, imposing himself there again. And Rice, when he spots that space, makes a play there. Decent defence by Creggs, unlucky with the block through and the kick, but there's space in the backfield here for Creggs if they can find it, but the pass isn't great. Newcastle West are looking to try and apply pressure here, and they've really put the pressure on Creggs there, and that has not gone forward. Creggs looking to try and get that ball away anywhere, and a bit of time here for Newcastle West to attack, and with those yellow boots he has been really good in finding space, and that's again just the sort of danger on counter-attack that we've seen from Andrew Mortel all game. And Newcastle West here have a decent spot to try and work something here. There's Holbrook again. Good carry. He's been a game changer physically for Newcastle West since he's come on the field. There's Tierney, finds a man in space. And there's an opportunity here. There's Rice, gets the offload away, and it's a decent kick down the field. And there's an opportunity there for Jack Hawkery to put pressure on here. And he gets the tackle in the backfield. But Creggs can offload and get it away. This game is breaking up. A lot of ball in play here the last couple of minutes. Creggs going to the hands. They make it over the halfway line. Oh, this is a big break on here. Kick on through. That is good tracking back there, though, by Alex O'Halloran. And he gets that ball. And Creggs, that's a big clean out there. Newcastle West have just about hung on to that situation, and this is really tiring stuff there. But we have a break here in Newcastle West. This is going from end to end here in Newcastle West in this first round of 16 game in the AIL Junior Cup. There's space on the edge. They've kicked, they've looked for the space. It's gone over the head, and there's an opportunity here for Creggs. Airy, and there's a fullback from Creggs has got into space. That's a big tackle. Fantastic tackle there. That ball is out. And it'll come back. The referee here doesn't seem to have called it as a line out. It's on the try line here. Bit of confusion here. Bit of confusion as a penalty advantage.
The referee hasn't seen the linesman put up his flag, but it's kind of hard to say how he's going to go back now.
Looked like that ball was in touch, but the referee hasn't seen the linesman's flag, so they are going to play on here, and it looks like there is a penalty on the Newcastle West 5 metre line. A massive ball in play sequence there in that last seemed like 5 minutes. Incredibly tiring for both sides, and it seemed like both sides looked like they could score a try there in any one of those passages.
Yeah, the Greggs have made two bursts here now in the last couple of minutes, and our defence is held up, but like that again, they have a penalty here now. So,
and it looks like a knock there to Jason Mulf, who's been hugely influential in this game entirely for Newcastle West.
He's been a super player.
But it looks like he's soldiering on here. And I think Creggs are going to look to try and tap and go here. This game has ebbed and flowed back and forth between both sides. And there's an opportunity here. I think Creggs are going to go for the 3 points.
Yeah.
Cup Rugby looking to try and edge out into the lead again. This would make it 23 points to 20. Seemed like Newcastle just needed to get a little bit of structure on that one there.
It was just two breakaways, they were just unlucky, As I said, it definitely looked like there was a touch here, but obviously the referee hadn't seen the touch judge with the flag up, and he just went with the momentum of the play. They have a penalty here now that's more than kickable, but this kicker hasn't brought his kicking boots today. He's missed a few of these already. So
there's an opportunity here to stretch to get into the lead for Creggs. Far from a formality.
Yeah,
he's pulled that one in. Creggs take a narrow lead, 23 points to 20 as we head into the middle of the third quarter here. Newcastle West, as you said, don't panic.
No.
They just need to get this ball back down into the Creggs half of the field and start exerting the pressure that served them so well in the early going of the second half so far in the late part of the first half.
Yeah, we got off to a great start down in the second half, the first 5-10 minutes. Same here again now. Good kick off here. Shane here will get the ball up good and high, and we'll attack this. Daniel Normal will be hopefully competing for this. He's ready to burst up the line here.
They're taking the territory. And it's a decent kick back upfield by Creggs, but Newcastle West will have the transition turnover. Rice finds Airy. He has been so dangerous with the 50-22s here. That's another good kick, putting pressure on in the backfield on Creggs, and that looks like it's been knocked on, and that's gone into someone's garden there. A lot of pressure being exerted with that kick there from Airy. Another really good kick in a game where he's kicked extraordinarily well.
Outstanding today, and again great pressure by Newcastle here. I think it was a knock on, so I think it's a scrum.
It's going to go back to a scrum for Newcastle. The perfect position, really.
Absolutely, yeah. This is where now we need a big scrum here, and good solid scrum. Driving forward and hopefully keep the ball in, don't panic.
With the central position here, do you go chasing a penalty if you can get any sort of momentum here?
If you get momentum in the scrum, you leave the ball in, like, you know. You have an option then to, if you get penalty advantage, to explore it.
Creggs are a bit high on that other side there, and it looks like there's a penalty coming there, and it's a fantastic penalty and a fantastic scrum, but Newcastle West want more than just a 3. There's Tierney again. My God, what a carry. Absolutely ridiculously physical from Tierney. No backing off on that carry there.
No, he's fair solid. But the referee again could have given us advantage there. No, he was very quick to penalise Creggs there. Like, we were still going forward, we were still a ball in possession. I don't know, he could have given us
high enough tackle. He could have played on in that moment there.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, there was.
But fantastic opportunity here now for Newcastle West, more or less on the Creggs try line. We saw in the first half when Newcastle West get into this position, they were able to execute. They have to be looking for the same thing here again. Bit of a pressure moment here as we head into coming up close to midway point in the second half.
It's a Keane got a bit of a rap there. It's with his shoulder in taking on that ball, but he's a hardy bit of stuff.
That was some impact in that moment there.
Craig's man was a bit high though, hence why there was a penalty to Newcastle West. He's a hardy bit of stuff.
Tierney has shown all day that once he gets an opportunity to get that gain line, he's getting it, and that was a really good example there of the power he's shown in this game as well. And I'm looking here as well.
Shot line out. Here we go.
Liam Tracy, there's a maul going on here. Newcastle West going forward. They have a good build here. They've got momentum. Are they getting into the corner? Referee's looking. It's held up.
Unfortunately, we've no TMO here. Our lads feel a bit hard done by here because we think
held up. Tempers are fraying down here on the try line. Newcastle West obviously feel that moment over. You can feel the tension here, and it's boiling over a little bit over the try line here.
A team like that, like when you're line out and you're mauling forward, you're making momentum. Like, referee can't see the ball grounded, but like yet.
I suppose it is the trouble with that rule, especially when you're talking about when you don't have a TMO. It's difficult to go down and look, and it feels like the attacking team gets punished in that instance when it's not clear that it has been held up.
You know, you'll see yourself throw.
A penalty try has been given for some reason.
I'm not sure.
Not quite sure what happened there. It seemed like was there a bit of back chat to the referee, or perhaps it's over the reaction after the line-up maul. There's been a yellow card to Creggs as well, so it feels like a big moment has just come there.
That's a big turnaround, because I was just going to say to you, to situations like this throughout the season that cost you games when you think you score a try and then it's not given because it's held up or whatever. Referee can't see grounded. But this is obviously a good result for Newcastle. I'd say the full back or someone was giving a bit of lip to the referee, so he gave us a penalty try.
Like their loose at prop has been Farrell has been sin bin there. Not sure. Again, it's just not sure what's happened in that instance, but Creggs are looking to try and kick off there. A full penalty try for Newcastle West, which means no conversion, which means it's 27 points to 23 to Newcastle West as we head into the second half. But it feels that there's a different energy about this game now. Both sides looking to try and impose themselves physically on each other, and it's a big carry there. Newcastle West looking to try and double down on the momentum that they've just got off that good series of phases that they had in the build-up to that try. Rice looking to try and box this and put a bit of pressure on Creggs in the backfield. Another very good kick there and a good take, and a lot of calls there, and it looks like that'll be a penalty to Creggs for a tackle in the air.
Whatever bit of niggle went down there in that corner, we didn't have a great view of it, but it seems to put a bit of fire in the belly of our lads anyway.
There's a bit of energy on both sides. Are looking to try and get stuck in here now, and that's what we expect in the AIL Junior Cup. So Creggs here, an opportunity to try and answer right back. They are down a forward. They're going down the line. And when you're down a loose head prop here as well, does make it difficult to get your pod into the air if he is one of your lifters, and he looked like he was one of the lifters in the first half of the game here. So if you're Newcastle West, do you go into the air on this one to try and disrupt?
I would have thought that we would stay on the ground here because they're on the 5-metre line nearly, but we have been competing here. They have been getting wolf up. So I think what we'd probably normally do, if there's a full line, you throw up one pod and the rest stay down, and But I think they might be short on this. I'm not sure. 1 second. There's
We have another replacement here.
5 man.
Jack Grimes comes on for Newcastle West.
Jack Cocker is after coming off.
So, pivotal moment it feels in this game. Newcastle West defending.
Yeah, we're standing the ground.
And they take that. And that's a good line-out position. And Creggs have shown danger once they start getting that ball through the hands. And looking to offload. Good carry there again. Creggs in a very, very promising position here and looking to try and impose themselves. Good tight carry there by Creggs, but Newcastle West putting defensive pressure on at the breakdown. Have to hold their discipline here, but Creggs looking to try and get it into space, and it's just knocked on right at the pivotal moment. And that will be a big scrum at the end there for Newcastle West, who will look to try and just exit off the field there. It feels like a bit of a let-off there for Newcastle West.
Daniel Normal was very quick up there and obviously put pressure on their winger, so he must have got a rattle off him the first half and probably didn't fancy the second time, so he probably panicked when he seen in front of him, knocked on the ball. But we were very lucky again.
There's been a few instances in this game where good line speed and good energy from the Newcastle West back line has forced little errors like that have ended up providing big moments. Especially there, that looked like a cast iron try if they could keep that going through the hands.
All they do is keep it at hand, and they were home and hosed. But again, great defence there by Daniel Normal.
And again, the context of this is Creggs are down their loose head prop.
Down to 14,
So they're going to have to readjust here or look to try and do this with 7 men if they can. They're going to have to change on a prop anyway. But if you're Newcastle West here, are they going to go down a forward? How are they going to try and manage it? You have to try and impose yourself here now. And Creggs have made a change as well. There's been an injured man there. But I suppose the job doesn't change for Newcastle West here. Get the ball in, get it back, exit up the field.
Exit.
Coffin corner, they call this. Newcastle West looking to try and exit out of a sticky situation here on their own 5 metre line, but that's a very strong scrum there. They have momentum there if they want to keep that in. It's stopped just there. Airy looks to exit.
Great kick.
And gets that ball coming right towards us here. Good exit.
Super clearance there from Shane Airy.
That's exactly what they would have wanted in that situation there. They get themselves back up to just around the 10 metre line, and he did that from fairly deep inside the in-goal area as well. Yeah. His kicking has been phenomenal today for Newcastle West.
His kicking all the time, to be fair to him, is very good. Like, he's serious boot of a ball.
Coming up midway point in the second half here. Newcastle West with a narrow enough lead. Creggs here on the 10 metre line, and they've looked dangerous when they've got that ball through the hands. But Newcastle West set piece, it feels like they've been a few inches away from getting a turnover every time. They've left on the floor for that one though. Creggs go through the faces again and look again for that chip through, and
no way. That's very harsh.
That one a little soft, we'll say.
I might be biased, but he played for it in my book. So, but look,
if you're Creggs, you kind of have to take your 3 here, really.
Okay. He can get up now. He has the penalty got.
So an opportunity here for Creggs to shrink Newcastle's lead
to 1.
So you look at the context of the game. You know, the yellow card period. Creggs have managed it about as well as you could ask, really, by keeping the ball up the Newcastle West end of the field. So it feels like this AIL Junior Cup game, brought to you by Cisco and D-Tops and Tiles, is going to be heading into a bit of a grandstand finish if they can land this. But I think either way, Ronan Dowd has an opportunity here to narrow the lead down here to just 1 point. And he's done just that.
1 point game.
I suppose for Newcastle West here, you would take the 3 points in that instance if it gets you back up the other end of the field. I know it was a soft enough penalty, but
Creggs is down to 14 now for another 5 minutes, so we need to attack it now while we can and make it pay.
I think from Newcastle West perspective, the second half has actually gone really well up until that series of possession there by Creggs, where I just felt that they couldn't get their hands on the ball, couldn't force the errors that they needed to. And I think when you look at one or two missed tackles there as well, I think when you look at how soft that penalty was, I think there's only so much you can do about that. Yeah. But I think for Newcastle West here now, I think they've shown that if they can get a good pressure on here, that there's an opportunity, and they've got exactly what they wanted. That's a big tackle as well. A big tackle.
Great work there by Daniel Normal and Ciarán McCahey. They burst off the line there, and
again, the hang time on that kick,
it was brilliant.
Fantastic. Exactly what you want. You're putting the receiver under pressure. I've stood under those when they're coming down at you. All you're thinking about is don't make a mistake, and then you make the mistake. So there's the opportunity here now for Newcastle West with the scrum. Has been a real area of strength for Newcastle here. So they'll be looking to drive that home as well. It feels that in that last scrum down on the 5 metre line that they had a bit of momentum going forward, coming in on the Lucid side here as we see it. That's Tyrese Holbrook there. He'll be looking to try and impose himself again here. Big powerful man, and it looks like he's got a good nudge on there as well. There's pressure coming through from Newcastle West. That's a penalty to Newcastle. Absolutely outstanding scrummaging there from Newcastle West. You could see that happening right before even the engage.
You could tap and go quickly.
And they're gone. There's Rice. There's Jason Wolfe again. Big carry. Newcastle West are on the 5 metre line. They're looking to try and add another score line here. Rice. He's gone. He's just short. But Newcastle West are going again. It's a penalty and it's on the 5 metre line. That scrummage from Newcastle West, really, really impressive.
Good work from Aaron Rice again. He's a lively. He's a bit like Stringer back in the day. He's gone before you know he's gone. Unlucky not to get there.
And a big opportunity here. There's the captain. He is waiting to try and attack here again. His tap and go scored in the at the end of the first half to get Newcastle West back into this game. And Newcastle West are again here on the try line. Can they convert? Airy. Oh, he stepped in again. Has he scored? It's knocked on right on the try line. That would have been a killer score, you feel, but it's just knocked on. It stays Newcastle West 27, Creggs 26, 1 point in it. Unfortunate there. When you look at the 22 entry, you have to convert those. Frustrating again, but good intent, great scrummaging. And
I think they'll be kicking themselves now they didn't take the penalty from the scrum, because I know there's easy talk afterwards. Aaron Rice tapped him in there. There was really no one with him, but we managed to hold on to it and so forth. But 3 points here are as good as anything now at this stage in the game.
Creggs though under big territorial pressure, but it's in the hands of Airy, and he's lining up a drop goal. Oh, and it's just gone wide. Decent intent. Yeah. How do you feel?
No, it was worth the goal because he pulls them off as well, you know. He had plenty of time, but a bit far out to be fair. But look, they're kicking off. Creggs are kicking off to us now again. So
it's again, you more or less get the ball back. It's a shot to nothing to a certain extent. I think a decent effort. But Creggs here now again. Are they going to go short? It looks like they are. Newcastle West have to retain this, keep the pressure on. Good take by O'Riordan, and a big carry again. He has really showed up today, the captain. Rice goes for space in the back. That's a bouncing ball. It'll be difficult to take. Creggs managed to get it. There's a slip, and they're back off the field themselves. They kick it deep. It's coming there to Shane Airy. Back with the ball again. There's space there for him if he wants to go looking for it, but he's gone through the hands. That's in the hands of number 11, Liam Tracy, who's a big physical runner. Newcastle West now looking for their forwards to get back into shape, and it's a big carry there again by Liam Tracy. Unbelievable. Newcastle, and another kick by Rice over the top, but it's taken directly. Good intent. You could see he was going for the space, get that bouncing ball going, but good take by Creggs in the backfield, and it's knocked on. It'll be a scrum to Newcastle West.
And there's
2 men injured there for Creggs.
I'm not sure about this kick over the top. Like again, we're inside their half, and we're going for this grubber kick over. I'm not a big fan of that. I'm not obviously a backs coach. I know not much about backs, but
keep the ball in hand.
We're strong enough. We have the ability to hold on to the ball, with the ability to run at him, give it to Ciarán McCahey, Ciarán Tierney. Tracy made phenomenal ground there, as you can see. I just think we should be holding on to the ball a little bit more.
And I suppose in this position now as well, we're kind of heading into the deeper waters of this game. If you're Newcastle West, you've seen here now the scrummaging has been really, really powerful so far.
Yeah.
I think we saw there even in that last scrummage right before that maybe should have been kicked. You saw Holbrook again putting serious pressure on. At this point, you have to go all out for this, given the context of the scoreboard. There's an opportunity here to really put pressure on Creggs down there half of the field.
Yeah, like we need to be sensible about it. Like as I said, that scrum there, we should have took it, calmed down, took our 3 points. We're up 4 points, back up. They're going to be kicking off to us, so we get back down again. But, we have a scrum here now, so I think we have a scrum, have we? Is this?
I think it's a line out it's gone to.
As a line out, okay.
There's Jason Wolf come off there. Fantastic performance from him.
That's Pod Roach.
No, that's Pat Roach.
Pod Roach, yeah.
No, but if it just again as they go to the bench here, is it it's a scrum? It's a scrum.
It looks like it's a scrum to Creggs.
It's a scrum to Creggs.
Creggs, yeah. I think Liam Tracy might have knocked it on. He was the last man I'd see to have it anyway.
There's still a few injured men down there for Creggs. Physical toll in this game.
I was talking to one of their selectors before the game. They're missing a few players as well. They've their captain is injured, and so Newcastle, we have a strong bench, but again we're missing Murphy there, and you're missing Dara Fox. There's a good few lads out injured as well. So lads that have showed up today and played, lads that have come off the bench have done phenomenally well.
At what point are you looking at this game and thinking, we'll just stick with the territory and try to just, if you're not going to score, at least try to keep it down around this half of the field?
You just have to grind it out in here now, for the next 10 or 15 minutes, whatever's left.
At the same time, it feels that whenever there can be a knock-on force, that's an automatic advantage to Newcastle West with the power of the scrum. As you pointed out there in the first half, it absolutely has been a massive strength for Newcastle West. And even here, you can see the opportunity to just go all guns blazing at this one, and if they're going to go channel one, as they have been, make them be accurate.
They're not delaying and getting the ball out, Creggs, so the lads will go after this one.
There's the engage. Good scrum again there from Newcastle West, and that's been stuck in the back. That looks like a turnover. And it's going to go again. They're going to reset it. Looked to me here, that looked to be a penalty to Newcastle, but they're going to go again. The power coming through on that Newcastle West loose head side is putting them under an awful lot of pressure.
Therese has been played very well since he came on. He's a big unit, a big man, so he's fairly solid.
So
you could see that what he was trying to do there is what we need to do, is drive them in over to the touch, and it makes it harder for their backs to get for their scrum half to get. So
you're taking a lot of space from them.
Exactly.
You're making it difficult. You're making it difficult passes for them to move.
But you have to be careful, Linda. You don't get penalised for wheeling. So sometimes you could be doing well by doing that in the scrum.
More movement there. That's a huge scrum by Newcastle, but they just get the ball away. Channel one ball and a good return by Creggs, and they're looking to try and kick this and get it up the field. That's a decent kick, a very, very good kick. Newcastle must have to keep this in play. Have they knocked that on? They haven't. And it's come right over our heads here. Looked like it could have possibly been a knock on there, but it seemed like he just about kept that.
Yeah, I don't think it did, to be fair.
And it was a good kick into the backfield and a good recovery as well, coming back under pressure there like that. You can feel the chasers coming after you. But still a dangerous situation here for Newcastle West to defend. Creggs in a decent spot. Their line-out has run pretty well so far, and their sin bin period is up. Back to a full complement. And Tyrese Holbrook looking like he's coming off with a leg injury of some description. Big blow for Newcastle West.
So we're going. Creggs are shortening the line to 5 men.
Good take. Newcastle West staying on the floor. Have to try and defend here. Good tackle. Good physical pressure putting on there, and that's almost a breakdown turnover there, and it's a penalty given away to Creggs in a kickable position, and they've put that down, and they're going to take that penalty. It is around the 10-metre line. It is more or less directly in front of the post. An opportunity here to creep ahead as we come down into the last few minutes of this game. Feels like a big moment in this game here.
It's a big kick for Creggs here now. 27-26 to Newcastle West, so this will give them the lead.
There is pressure on this kick. A lot of his kicks so far, they've kind of drifted a little bit. He pulled the last one in from left to right. The central kicks, they can be a little bit more difficult to manage though.
Exactly, yeah. He's a good distance out as well, like, you know, so he...
A big moment here in this AIL Junior Cup first round game. O'Dowd has an opportunity to put Creggs back into the lead. Has he pulled it? It's just crept wide. Those central kicks
off the hook again.
are difficult. They've got no angle to work with. Newcastle West breathe again. They keep their lead.
That's the danger playing inside our own half, is when you give away a penalty like that. You know, that's why we need to get down into Craig's half.
It's a dangerous lead. We spoke earlier about the importance of territory as we head into the last part of this game. So for Newcastle West, you feel at this stage is getting air on this ball and playing a little bit up the field. That's a great kick. That's the pressure that you want. Both sides looking for territory and looking for an opportunity to see out the win. Walsh back on the field there for Holbrook. That's a big tackle, putting big pressure on there. That is some pace from a tight head prop there, and good pressure again there. Newcastle West with a decent defensive set here, looking to try and put pressure on Creggs. Creggs riding through the phases and getting it into their back line, who've looked dangerous so far. Wide pass out to the edge. That's a knock on there for looks like a good pressure from Jason Wolfe again. Absolutely outstanding all game, and that feels like a massive moment as we head into the last 10 minutes.
Jason's been all over the pitch today. He's been very good, phenomenal for the whole game so far himself. Alan Reardon, Cian Tierney, Liam Tracy, great work, great defence.
That edge blitz from Newcastle West when that ball has gone to the edges has been really, really good. It's been a key part of a number of big moments for Newcastle West in this game. And now they have an opportunity here with the scrum going so well to try and pin Creggs into their half of the field and see out this win. Tension here in Newcastle West is getting ever higher as we get ready for what feels like a very important scrum. That's Creggs in trouble there on their loose-head side. Newcastle West adding pressure. They're driving forward. They're keeping it in. Nothing from the referee there. And Newcastle West playing on real physicality there. For Newcastle West here now, you're thinking, do we just kick this, get this into the corners and just make them play from deep? Tracy there again though. Newcastle West going through the hands, looking for the offload. Oh, unfortunate again there. That ball has gone forward. Creggs now attacking, kicking it deep up the field. Airy tracking back here, trying to make sure he keeps this one in play. And we've got a stoppage here. We've got 2 men down. Looks like we'll come back from the scrum. Not the worst return in that situation from Newcastle, given how the play broke down.
Yeah, our ball handling skills weren't fantastic there either. Knocked down the ball, but they did well. But
felt on that last scrum that there was a scrum penalty there.
Yeah, the referee is very slow to give the penalties in the scrums. Like we were moving forward there again. I would have left the ball in. Suppose easier said than that out here, but
make it obvious.
Make it obvious to the referee that he has to give it a penalty.
It feels like Creggs on their loose head side are starting very high, and that's giving the Newcastle West tight head an opportunity to get right in there and really, really hurt them on the engage. And it seems here Newcastle West, I mean, even with the put in with Creggs, there's an opportunity here to really double down on that scrum advantage that's been there so far.
Creggs are not wasting any time in getting the ball out though, because they know what's coming.
They know the pressure's coming, and they've gone channel one there again, and the pressure's coming out from Newcastle West. Then they've just about got that out. And are they looking to kick? No, they're going through the hands. Creggs here looking to try and get as much ground as they can, and it's an offload there. Great tackle there again. Liam Tracy, another outstanding tackle. He certainly looks like he's been in the lab, that's for sure. Great defensive pressure there from Newcastle West. Creggs, though, still have the ball and are working through their layers. There's a man on the ground here for Creggs as well. Newcastle West have shown defensively they can start applying pressure there. That's a big counter ruck there again. That's the captain really putting pressure on that breakdown. Creggs a little bit slow to get up off the ground. That's a breakdown penalty. Absolutely outstanding from Newcastle West there.
Great defence. And yet again, I think it's Wolf again.
Is that Jason Wolf?
Jason Wolf again, I think. Or it looks like Jason
If we were
Wolf.
doing official man of the match, there wouldn't be much in the way of competition as to who would get.
No, he's been phenomenal today. He's been all over the place.
That feels like a massive moment in this game.
It does, yeah.
Newcastle West defence all game has been very, very aggressive, and you could see even there on that last ruck before the breakdown turnover, Alan O'Riordan putting massive pressure, counter ruck pressure on, and then you get the clean breakdown turnover there as well.
That's what you want to see, because that's putting the pressure on them, like, you know.
At the same time, as this game rolls down, there's the threat always of a breakaway try, and especially with the score being so thin, Newcastle West really get this ball down the line, nail the line out, and start building a bit of territory pressure.
Good kick.
Another good kick again by Airy, who'd be very close to man of the match as well. His kicking has been outstanding for Newcastle West in this game.
The boots didn't leave him down today anyway. He's been very good in the kicking department today.
The range, the variety, and the accuracy of his kicking has been fantastic. But it just feels as well that, again, there's a sting in the tail of this game yet. I don't feel that we're done here. Newcastle West will be wanting to hammer home their narrow lead here as we head into the end game of this. Another great take. That's a penalty.
That's a penalty.
That's a penalty there.
Jason Wolf is taken out in the air.
That's a nasty landing there for Jason Wolf, and they're going to go forward 10 as well. Bit of back chat there. From here, Newcastle West have to see it out.
I think Shane should have a go at 3 points here. He's more than capable of kicking these ones.
And plus, you're chewing the clock.
Yeah.
Have a go for 3 to take it outside of penalty range. But I think...
No, if they kick to the corner, they're running down the clock as well, like, you know.
That's
but,
it.
It looks like that he is going to kick to the corner.
So Newcastle West looking to try and see out this game. A fantastic comeback at the end of the first half. Start of the second has put Newcastle West into this position, and they're waiting here as they get down just around the 5 metre line of Creggs to try and hammer home this win. When Newcastle West have gotten into the Creggs 22, they've been fairly accurate. A lot of their tries have come from that, but not as accurate as maybe they could have been. A few opportunities left behind them. This would be the perfect opportunity to nail down this game.
5 metres out here now, so pretty much just maybe a little bit more. But win the line out here now. Retain the ball, and
so feels like the game will be decided in these moments. Another. It's the first lineup that's been spilt all day, and it's a knock on to Creggs, who have possession. They're deep in their own 22, but they've shown that they can get up the field with their back play, and they've exited quite well there. Newcastle West will have the line out, but nerves are jangling here in Newcastle West as we head down into the last few minutes. There cannot be long left in this as we get into the end of the match. For Newcastle West, it's all about accuracy now.
5 or 6 minutes left, is there?
There or thereabouts. A shorter line out this time.
Ball wasn't 5 metres, I don't think.
Ball didn't go 5 metres.
Went for the short line out there, and it didn't work out.
Tried to take the counter jump out of the game, and it gives Creggs an opportunity here to strike. They've shown off the break that they can be dangerous, but at the same time Newcastle West have shown that if they get a nudge, they can really hurt that transfer if they don't get a clean strike. So big pressure on this scrum now for both sides. There's the engaged pressure coming, but they've gone. Early strike, and Creggs are away. Tracy looking to try and track the cross, and it's a kick through. It has gone out on the full. A big moment for Newcastle West, who will have the put in.
Referees indicated last play.
Last play. Newcastle West have to nail this line out. If they can, it will be game over and they will progress to the next round.
See to win the line out here now. And
the biggest throw of the day for Sean Corbett. Oh, there's space. Wolf goes for it and takes it.
Take it out.
Rice has it, kicks it out. It is all over here in Newcastle West. They have won. They have beaten Creggs by 27 points to 26. An outstanding game here. Intense stuff at times. Your thoughts at the end of the game?
Yeah, they grinded it out well in the end. Made hard work of it. Plenty to work on, but credit where credit is due. As I said from the start of the game, you know, they don't fear coming from, 7 points, 14 points down. They worked hard up to half time, got their try, down a try at half time, came out the second half, went after it, and look, they got the reward. They deserve to win the match.
The Newcastle West scrum, how important was it in this game?
Scrum was very good. Lads were very solid. Liner was exceptionally good as well today. As you said, Wolf was man the match. The lads put a lot of effort into the scrum. Very solid. Creggs were very clever. When it was their ball, they got the ball out lively because they knew they couldn't compete. So all in all, the lads could take a lot of positives out of today. Obviously, there's plenty of work for them to do for the next day, but great win, great result.
A fantastic win here for Newcastle West in the first round of the AIL Junior Cup. This game and this stream was brought to you by Cisco and D Thompson Tiles. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll talk to you again soon.
Even my own family say to me, like, God, you've never been as happy in a job, like, you love Cisco. And I genuinely do, but even the first day I went in there for the interview, like, there was such a lovely atmosphere about the place. Like, people were laughing, they were doing their jobs at the same time, but they were laughing.
So Cisco are a very family-orientated business, I would find. There's not a single holiday goes by where there's something doesn't arrive at the door for families and kids.
I think it's nice to know that you can do your job and it gets recognised and people appreciate that as well. If you want to be part of a great organisation, the best in the business that's just getting bigger and better, come and work for Cisco.
It's really fun and everybody is so friendly. That's the best part about like Cisco colleagues and Cisco employees. Like, I won't call them employees, of course, they are like my friends now.
The bit that I really like about working in Cisco Ireland and the team we have and the culture is that I could come in the morning and be talking to someone on the way in and I'd speak to them the exact same way as I would to the CFO later on that day. Everyone's really down to earth and get along, and there is a real team ethic and sense of inclusion across the business, which is really reassuring.
Go for it, challenge yourself. You put in what you get out, if you're willing to work hard, you'll be rewarded, so definitely go for it.
I can go to anyone and ask them for anything. It's almost like college, like I'm learning, they're teaching me rather than expecting me to just know everything off the bat. It's like, it takes pressure off me, so it makes me feel a lot more comfortable.
What I like within our team is that we all working as one team. We are dedicated to what we need to do, and we are absolutely striving to do the best every day to support. And ultimately, it's supporting us as a people working for the company, but ultimately our end goal is to support our customers.